Have you ever looked at a truly great athlete and wondered, what's their secret? What separates the good from the great? Well, today, we're pulling back the curtain and deconstructing the playbook for one of the most critical yet often overlooked parts of peak performance, a pro sports nutrition consultation. We're going to break down the whole thing, from the data gathering to the goal setting, to really show you the strategies that unlock an athlete's full potential.
I mean, think about it for a second. We've all seen them. Athletes who are just relentless with their training, who have incredible discipline, but they just seem to hit a wall. They plateau and can't break through that final barrier. So what is the missing piece of the puzzle?
You guessed it, it all comes down to the fuel. The food they're putting into their bodies is just as important, if not more so, than the hours they're logging in the gym. Nutrition is the key, but for a surprising number of athletes, it's a massive blind spot.
And hey, this isn't just a hunch or something we've noticed anecdotally. The data actually backs this up in a pretty big way. Let's take a look at what the research tells us about how much athletes really know about nutrition.
This number is honestly staggering. Studies show that on average, athletes score less than 60% on sports nutrition knowledge tests. I mean, can you imagine putting in all that blood, sweat, and tears on the field, only to get a failing grade in the kitchen? It just shows you there's a huge gap between physical dedication and nutritional understanding.
So where is all this information, or maybe I should say misinformation, coming from? Well, it's a real mixed bag. You've got some fantastic sources, like registered dietitians, of course, but a lot of advice is coming from social media, from teammates, or even from well-meaning coaches who just aren't experts in nutrition. And all that leads to is a ton of confusion and a lot of bad habits.
And this is exactly where a professional comes in. See, the first step to fixing this blind spot isn't to just throw a meal plan at someone. No way. It's to gather intelligence. It's about building a detailed, totally personalized game plan that's based on solid data.
Before an athlete even walks through the door, a good sports nutritionist is already collecting a whole toolkit of information. We're talking about their health history, any medications or supplements they're on, and this is the big one, super detailed records of what they eat and how they train. This isn't guesswork at all. It's more like a forensic analysis of their lifestyle.
And the most common tool in that kit is the food record. It's pretty simple. For a few days, the athlete tracks every single thing they eat and drink. The goal here is just complete honesty, to get a really accurate snapshot of their current habits, the good, the bad, and everything in between. But getting that accuracy is trickier than it sounds. An athlete might write down chicken salad, but was that chicken fried or grilled? What kind of dressing was on it, and how much? These little details, the condiments, the portion sizes, how it was cooked, they can add up to hundreds of calories and completely change the nutritional picture. The devil really is in the details here. And working right alongside that food record is the exercise log. This is so important because it shows the other side of the energy equation. The log doesn't just help figure out how many calories are being burned, it's absolutely essential for timing. It tells the nutritionist when the body needs fuel for performance and when it needs those key nutrients for recovery. It's the what and the when.
Okay, so all the intel has been gathered. The detective work is done. Now we get to the main event, the first consultation. And this is not just some casual chat. It's a highly structured process, and it's designed to have the biggest impact possible.
So let's break it down. What does that playbook actually look like? What really happens from the moment the athlete sits down to the second they walk out the door?
Here it is, the 7-step playbook. It all starts with step 1, establish rapport. You got to build that trust. Then step 2 is clarifying why they're even there, getting to the athlete's why. Then comes the deep dive, the nutrition assessment, where all that data gets analyzed. From there, we get into the psychology of it all with step 4, assessing readiness for change. Step 5 is where we determine nutrition goals, turning those big dreams into an actual plan. Step 6 is all about education, empowering the athlete with knowledge. And finally, you tie it all up with a nice summary and schedule that all-important follow-up. Now, we're really going to zoom in on steps 4 and 5 because they are so central to creating a plan that actually sticks.
Okay, step 4 is absolutely critical. A nutritionist has to figure out where the athlete is at mentally. For someone who's in pre-contemplation, not even really thinking about changing, the goal might just be to talk about the benefits of, say, hydration. But for an athlete who's already in the action stage, you can start building a detailed pre-game meal plan right away. It's like you can't give a marathon training plan to someone who hasn't even bought running shoes yet. You have to meet them where they are.
So that leads us right into step 5, setting goals. This isn't just about the big prize at the end, like losing 5 pounds of body fat. It's about breaking that down into small, actionable, daily habits, what we call process goals. Things like drink 16 ounces of water with lunch every day, or eat a protein snack right after training. These small wins are what build the momentum you need to actually achieve that big long-term outcome.
And then you have education. And this isn't about handing over some super rigid diet plan and just saying, follow this. No, it's about empowering the athlete with knowledge. It's explaining the why behind all the recommendations, giving them sample meal plans and snack ideas so they can start to make intelligent choices all on their own.
So the first consultation is done. A plan is in place. But the game is so not over. In fact, it's really just beginning. Because winning in nutrition, that's a long game.
That first meeting is just the kickoff. The real progress, the real change, happens in the weeks and months that follow. Think of it like a coach reviewing game tape with their player. These consistent check-ins are where the plan gets fine-tuned, where you tackle challenges, and where you build real accountability.
And honestly, this quote just sums it up perfectly. Success is an ongoing process. The more an athlete changes their diet and their habits, the more they need that expert guidance to help them stay on track, make adjustments, and get over any new hurdles that pop up.
So whether you're a professional athlete or just someone looking to improve your own health and energy, the principles are exactly the same. It starts with gathering the data and building a smart plan. And that kind of leaves us with one final thought. What part of your own performance playbook, whether it's in the gym, at work, or in your kitchen, needs a closer look?